Hello and welcome to the next video of my LPL 2023 preview series. We're going to cover, oh my god, OMG. They've changed their colors from black to what gold, to gold. So, gold's the primary color. I'm interested to see what their jerseys end up looking like under this new system. They have not swapped anybody out. Well, actually, that's a lie. I just thought about it. That is a lie. So the only move they've made is allowing Cold to leave in support. Sorry about that spittle there. And Jerry has been promoted to the starting roster. They've been a sub the last couple years. Last year, OMG went 14 and 18 across the two splits. And then their LDL team, Oh My Dream, went 14 and 26. Despair has been a coach for one split, going 8 and 8. This team, there was a lot of hype around it going into last year, a lot of hype around Cream. Cream does not perform to the level that everybody expected him to, but Shanji kind of replaces that hype and was an electric top laner. So the average age of this group is 21 years old, Jerry's age withstanding. Shanji is 22 himself, a 3-4 KDA, 8-4 CS per minute, 67.5 KP. Those are pretty good numbers. Getting into 2 out of every 3 kills as a top laner is a big deal. Being able to farm at the rate he was is a big deal. 520 damage per minute, 25.7 damage share, 22.3 gold share, 13 champions in 43 games. That is where a lot of the hype came from. The Shen, the Lilia, his 3 most played, Gangplank, Sejuani, and Gwen. He had counters for everything, and played outstanding. As the split went on, Shanji really established himself as one of the best top laners in the East, if not the world. We'll see if he can follow it up this upcoming split. Munian is behind him. Munian had a 363 KDA, 818 CS per minute, 63.4 KP, so above average at the LDL level. 558 damage per minute, 22 gold share, 12 champions, 32 games. Excuse me. Gwen, Nar, Sejuani, his 3 most played champions. Definitely not LPL level yet, but above average at the LDL level. Right now being listed as OMG's sub. I think they should just kind of bump him down. They have a couple more top laners with no stats to be seen at that level. So what they do, is a mystery. Jungler, we have Aki at 22 years old. Aki put up a 3 KDA, 5.2 CS per minute, 63.6 KP. That is very concerning. The dog meta did not fit Aki at all. And that was clear as day as the split went along in spring. And the meta shifted from a very interesting Talon meta and things to start off the year to a dog-centric meta. You could see, okay, this guy needs to work on those champions to better the team. He did not really do that. At least the numbers do not indicate improvement. And now you look at it and you say to yourself, in summer, a 5.2 CS per minute. So he's about average in farm. But everybody else is getting more work done at 63.6%. Like, that's awful. You're like 10% less than your average jungler who is out farming you or keeping up with you at the very least. Like, you can't have it, both ways. Like, you need to be either farming or making something happen. Aki was doing neither. 232 damage per minute, 11.4 damage share. That has to be the lowest thus far. 17.6 gold share, 10 champions, 43 games. Viego, Xin Zhao, Lee Sin. The Xin Zhao was really puzzling the amount he picked it. Really, really into his team. Excuse me, I need to drink some water here. I tried to go for a 3rd video recording today, and it's been a mistake. But we're committed. Mori is the backup. Mori excelled at the LDL level, put up a 516 KDA, 567 CS per minute, 76.9 KP. So at a lower level of play, he's out farming 1 CS every 2 minutes. That's not massive. That's a couple camps by 10 minutes, right? But 13.3% higher KP. Mori is doing a lot more work and still out farming Aki, obviously at a lower level. That is the pressure that's being created from the OMD team to the OMG team right now. Frankly, Mori might warrant being the substitute. 407 damage per minute, 19.5 gold share, 8 champions, 32 games. Viego, Kindred, and Poppy, his 3 most played. Cream in mid lane, like I said, a big disappointment in summer. 19 years old, put up a 3.3 KDA, 8.4 CS per minute, 61.9 KP, 602 damage per minute, 29.6 damage share. Primary damage dealer on this team, that's without a doubt. But he just died too much, did not win his lanes. 22.4 gold share, 7 champions, 40 games, a very small champion pool. Silas, Ari, and Corky, his most played. Cream definitely was one of the most disappointing players last year in general. Yumeng is his backup. Yumeng only played 12 games last year in the LDL, was awful, so there is no pressure on Cream. Yumeng put up a 121 KDA, 854 CS per minute, 65.8 KP, 412 damage per minute, 22 gold share, 7 champions, 12 games. Ari being the most played champion. In bot lane, we have Abel. At 22 years old, Abel was very interesting, similar to Shanji with his champion pool. A 3.5 KDA, 9.2 CS per minute, 70.4 KP. So he's involved. 7 out of every 10 kills, Abel is around, so they're fighting around their bot laner. His laning isn't great, but it's solid. Probably something to do with the champion pool really hurting him there. 536 damage per minute, 26.4 damage share, 24.6 gold share, 10 champions in 43 games. And then we get into the champion pool. So, if we think of Summer, we think of Zeri, we think of Draven, we think of Jinx, Twitch, right? All these champions. The most played champions for Abel were Aphelios. Okay, we've seen Aphelios. Ezreal. Okay, Ezreal's around, but it's outside of the box. And then we get into Abel's pocket picks. Tristana. Nobody's really picking Tristana. Abel, 3rd most picked. 4th most picked, Samira. Well, nobody's picking Samira. Samira stinks. Holy Phoenix is the only one picking Samira, and we are not going to do what the Turkish League is doing, right? So Abel, puzzling champion pool, creating mismatches in bot lane. I do appreciate that, but at the same time, he wasn't threatening the Zeri, he wasn't threatening the Draven, really. We'll see how he does alongside Jerry. 2Y1 is the backup, put up a 632 KDA, 901 CS per minute, 71.6 KP, 596 damage per minute, 25.2 gold share, 12 champions, 32 games. Aphelios, Kalista, Zeri. So 2Y1, solid behind him. Maybe will create some pressure for Abel this year, remains to be seen. Jerry, these stats are from the LDL in 2020. For some reason, his 2021, 2022 stats, nowhere to be found. I swear I thought he played a bit this past year, but maybe not. Excuse me. 253 KDA, 65 KP, 8 champions, 30 games. Nautilus, Yumi, Leona, his most played. Not a lot really to say of Jerry. I thought Jerry was not much better than Cold last year when he did play. I don't know where his stats are. Games of Legend doesn't list stats, so maybe I'm just making things up and I'm thinking of somebody else. FZZ is the backup at 20 years old, put up a 222 KDA, 63.4 KP, 7 champions, 21 games. Nautilus, Rakan, Leona. There's no pressure from this player at 63.4 KP. They are not roaming. They are not making things happen from the supporting position. So I think Jerry does not have a lot of pressure this year. Outside of just trying to make a name for himself, like there is no internal pressure from the org. So this team, interesting that they kept the start, 4 of the starting 5, did not bring anybody in. They have the potential to have some crazy drafts with Shanji, Aki, and Abel. Cream, pretty straightforward. Cream needs to recover after last year's terrible sophomore year. That's clear as day. If OMG want to thrust themselves from that, 8th to 12th range into that 5th to 8th, 7th range or 8th range, They need to, Cream needs to take the next step. Shanji still needs to play the way he is. Aki needs to figure out how to play some dog champions. Definitely some things to work on. So comment down below with your opinions on OMG. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube member. And thank you for watching.